Hi everyone, welcome back to the number 2 lesson of this component. Today we're going to be doing a lead light window effect. As you can see, this has got to be another one of the simple techniques, and as you'll find as you'll do my videos throughout, they are all simple salon techniques that'll be very quick and easy for your clients to adorn. So yeah, let's get started so I can show you what this beautiful design is. As you can see, I've tested it on nails, so it's quite pretty. Right, let's get started. What we'll do is grab a tip and get your buffer. We need to just sand down the surface of it because we don't want a shiny surface. There's nothing sticks to a shiny surface, as we know. So just buff. I use a Brilbird buffer. There you go. I'll be using the Brilbird Brush and Go range again when it comes to the black highlighting of it all. So again, it is something we don't need to use a base coat with. So I've got 2 tips here that are previously prepared. So first, buff. And again, like we did before, is get a nail prep or a dehydrator, because even though I'm simulating on tips, we still have to do it as if we would be doing a natural nail plate. And we all know there could be oil on the nail plate. With the Brilbird range, we've got a Brush and Go top coat, which we can also use in our metallic gel range as well. I don't need a base coat with this one, so my top coat is going to be my base coat. So we'll grab the base coat, just put it on the nails. I'm going to be doing 2 nails at the same time. So that's got enough top coat on there to hold my lead light foiling. Now with the lead light foiling, it is just your everyday nail art foiling that you use when we do foiling on natural nails or on artificial enhancements. Brilbird has a range, and you can see that that's just the normal foiling that we use. And all you do is cut it up into tiny little pieces. It's just foiling. Grab your scissors and just cut little triangles or small shapes, and then just arrange them. I've already prepared some earlier. So with the small tweezers or fine tweezers, you just grab any of the foiling on the colours that you want to start putting on the lead light, and just place randomly. And as I said, this is quite thin, so the base or the top gel that I'm using keeps them pretty much in place, so they stay flat, so we don't have any raised corners or anything like that. So I'll just keep placing. As you can see, I'm just putting varied colours. I like bright colours because I find, if you think about it, when you go into some of the cathedrals where they've got the lead light windows from all the ancient biblical stories, you can see that they use a lot of multicoloured, bright coloured tiles, and this is the inspiration that's caused me to do this kind of design. So we'll still keep placing. You can purchase the foiling on Brilbird Australia's webpage. Make sure you don't necessarily have to cover the entire nail. You can leave some transparency there because you can add some lines in there later. So as you can see, I've randomly put in, and you can see there's no raised edges of any kind because the gel itself, if you do find, just press them down and the gel just sucks it back flat. So let me continue doing the other one because, as I said, we'll do two at the same time. Because it gives you an idea too that if a client wants a full set of these style designs, you can do the nails, all nails in one hit rather than one at a time. It does help too if you get yourself a fine tipped tweezers. These are fantastic. See if there's any more little spots that I can just add a little bit more bright colours into. Just check that there's no raised spots before I put it in the LED lamp to cure. There you go. Now you cure for 30 seconds. Now they've been fully cured, and again with that top coat that we used, which is the Brush and Go GL21. It's a non-cleanse, but it's also good for the soft gel application. So I'm just checking there are no raised areas there whatsoever. Now I can start with my Brush and Go black gel, where I'm going to be doing the highlight and the artwork side of it. Again, I'm using the Zero brush. As I've used in the previous clip, that is my one to go brush when it comes to fine detail lining work. So we just dip it into the black Brush and Go, and what we do is start outlining the lead lights or the foil that we applied. Just outline the actual patterns of the foil. Brush and Go is a very good gel to use. It doesn't really move or bleed too much. It pretty much stays where I want it to stay. Otherwise I'd be constantly freeze curing and my design would be in and out of that lamp, which then becomes time consuming for the client. So it's good to use a gel that plays quite well to your needs. If you have any gaps, you just fill them in. And you can see that the lead light is starting to affect. Starting to work, and the black gel makes it look like it's the black lead that the people who do lead light windows and lead light doors and mirrors and lamps. So it truly depicts a LED light window effect. I've actually done a LED light course and have done a front door, and they're just beautiful designs. And this too, when you do this on a client's nail, you make sure that your acrylic or gel overlay is clear, because you want that transparency to come through. So if the sun does shine through your nails when you hold them up to the sky, you'll have that effect as one does with the LED light. Obviously, this design takes a little bit when it comes to me displaying on these large nails, but with client nails it doesn't take long because we don't have such a large surface as what I do when it comes to the display nails. Try to be neat when it comes to connecting, because if you're not, it does show. So even if you're a fast worker and some of the lines are a little untidy, you can always go back and tidy them up before you actually cure them. And as I said, the foiling can be purchased from Brillbird webpage, but I'm sure that most of you nail techs out there already have foiling in your nail supplies or nail cupboard that you have, and you can experiment with that one. But I can stress to you that it's the colours that make it pop. So yeah, so you just continue with your lines and fine tune them. And now what we do is that where the foil is, you can actually put lines through it so it doesn't look like a solid piece of foil that you've glued on. And you go around and do that to all of them. Just add some more lines. Gives it a more realistic look. And you do that in the area of the negative space as well. Negative space meaning the clear zone. Just dot them around randomly. You can have a lot or you can have a little. It's entirely up to you when it comes to your design. You can see that that LED light effect is really starting to come to life. And then what you do, which I've done on these, is you outline the outline of it, of your nail, And I've done the same here on the clear acrylic enhancement as well. So we create a line around it, which makes it look neat and tidy. So again, with your fine liner and the brush and go, you just execute it neatly and connect. Support your hand as also. I use my pinky quite often when it comes to supporting when I'm doing artwork, and especially fine lines, because if you're kind of free, you can actually shake and your lines become a lot crookeder. So I support my pinky wherever I can so that I have quite a steady hand. And you can maneuver your client's hand that way if you need to draw that way or that way or that way. You'll be surprised how clients will maneuver their hands when it comes to artwork. They'll even do yoga poses. When outlining, you take extra care because that is probably the most difficult area to line up. And then when you've connected all of that, then just go through the design again, and if you feel that there's too many negative spaces, you just fill in with the lines again. I'm just adding a few more. As we keep going with the lines, just filling in some spacing. And there you have it. That goes into the LED lamp and it's for curing. Let's cure it. Right, now that's been cured, you can see that the brush and go has no tacky layer. And what we do, because we've got foil on here, you do need to apply a top coat to keep that protected, because foil will scratch. As I'll show you, it will scratch here. See, because there's no protective layer on top. So you must encapsulate it with a top coat. I use, again, it's the brush and go that I use. It does have a thick viscosity, so it will encapsulate lovely, and plus it also makes that foil so much more vibrant. So just make sure, because with the brush and go, it is slightly raised, so you do have a little bit of a 3D element. So you just kind of fill it in and let the gel settle. And just go over where you need to. I'm just checking now to see that there's no pooling, as we sometimes can get with top coats when there's a raised area. So I just get the light and I just look for any uneven areas or where there might be pooling. So the gel settles, goes down nice and smooth. Now it's time to cure again for 30 seconds in an LED lamp. So now it's been cured, we have a smooth surface, and it's non-tacky again. So I can take that off, and you can see it even looks beautiful from behind, from the silver backing of the actual foil. So when a client's wearing a nail and you look underneath, you'll still have a beautiful design that comes in underneath. So that's top and bottom, that both look fantastic. So just recapping, we get the foil, we cut it into small pieces here, apply a base coat, a top coat, whatever suits you. Put the foiling down in small pieces like that. Then we get the brush and go, or a black gel that's highly pigmented and doesn't move around a lot, and just highlight around the actual foiling. Put lines through it, lines through the negative spacing area, and also then put a line around to frame your actual design. So these are very effective, and as you can see, it's on my fingers as well, and it does look fantastic. So another simple design by Barbara Ross, Master Educator. And as usual, I hope to see some of these designs on your Facebook pages, and remember to tag me, Barbara Ross. Thanks very much.